Hi, it's me, Ro, author of Speaking from Spirit. And here's your May 2023 energy alert. So, May is a 3 month in a 7 global year. And there's a little bit of conflicting energy in the beginning because we're going to be in Mercury in retrograde when we start May. And that is a more intense energy than, say, like the 3, which is very light and social and fun and joyous, even. So, Mercury in retrograde can sometimes be a little bit heavy because it's there to kind of make us slow down, be still, look at things from the past, review some things going on, see things differently. This one's going to be in the sign of Taurus. So, it's going to have a lot to do with our material stuff and our money, basically. And we also have a lunar eclipse on May 5th in Scorpio, and that could be a little intense. The 3 is an emotive energy. It is about our emotions, it's about expressing our emotions and expressing our feelings. So I'm seeing like that first week or two could be a little like I got to say what I need to say. I got to get it off my chest. I have to express my feelings. And while that all leads to clarity and understanding and goodness, sometimes that's hard. And that's where I see sometimes this month may start out a little bit bumpy, but definitely that 3 is about joy and about fun. So maybe the first half is a little rough, but then the second half is going to get very social and very fun. The 3 energy is often referred to as the return of joy. And joy is in us. It's our innate essence. It's what we really are. I always say we're joy in a body. We're born joy. We are joy. And then we might not always identify as joy, or some life experiences might make us forget that we're joy in a body. But that's what we are. And joy is something that we feel deeply, it's a soul experience. Whereas pleasure is more of an earthly experience, and it's more about the body, or it's about things that give us pleasure. And you could have pleasure without joy, and but you can never have joy without pleasure. Never. So what we strive for is that joy, that feeling of not just I'm enjoying this, but or I'm getting pleasure out of this, but oh my God, this experience is bringing me such joy. Now, we may feel like this experience is bringing us joy, but really what the experience is doing is waking up the joy within us. It's reminding us of what that feeling feels like. And when you notice yourself in that feeling of joy, I want you to mark it almost like a screenshot and then expand it by saying to the universe, I will have more of that. I will have more experiences that awaken and help me to remember what joy is. So that's how I'd like you to maybe use the energy this month, but also remember sometimes we have to clear the air or clear whatever is on our heart that's blocking us from feeling our deepest joy. And that is through self expression. So the 3 is often too where we say we got to be me, right? Like in Sammy Davis Jr.'s song, I got to be me. I have to express myself. I have to say what I need to say. It's also where our soul sometimes comes up and expresses itself. So maybe there's a part of you that you don't even know about that is a soul expression wanting to come out and express itself. Or maybe a part of yourself that you've been keeping hidden or in the closet in some way, and that needs to come out a little bit more in this world. This is what would be happening this month. 3 is very creative as well. So you may be finding new and creative ways to express yourself, like maybe through art or poetry or writing or in speaking another language, even in learning different ways to just express yourself and be expressive. It's a great month for all kinds of artistic endeavors. And know that whatever's coming out is being guided again by your own soul and is being used as the tool by your own soul to express itself. So again, feelings can be tricky, and we start with that Scorpio moon, and it's this three, and it's Mercury in retrograde, and which is communication and technology and things like that, and what we express not only from our mind but from our heart. So we may be learning what is in our heart. We may be just getting in touch with that, and then finally finding the words to express how we truly feel. Because believe it or not, sometimes we just don't have the words to say what we're really feeling. Well, this month that would be coming out more. So, just some things to keep note of. Full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio is on May 5th. New moon in Taurus is going to be May 19th, and the Mercury goes direct on May 14th. However, it's going to have the integration phase until around the 24th. So that integration phase is like where like, all right, this is what I learned during that Mercury in retrograde. Now I'll be writing more about that in the weekly alerts. So if you're not sure what that is, Mercury in retrograde, you could go to my website, www.rosemarierubenetticapiello, and sign up for my email list, and then you would be getting my weekly energy alerts. So, some free events that I have this month. Let me talk about them, and then I'm going to pull some cards. May 6th, I'm going to be in Brick Library doing a mediumship demonstration in the afternoon. May 8th, I'm going to be in the Tuckerton Library talking about dreams. May 9th, in the Parsippany Troy Hills Library, and we're going to be talking about meeting your spirit guides and your building your teams. And May 23rd, in the Denville Library, talking about what is an empath and seeing if maybe you are an empath, and that would help you to understand yourself better. So it's a pretty well-rounded month. These are all free events. Again, go to my website, www.rosemarierubenetticapiello.com, and you could see a list of all of my events. Most of them are free. Most of them are at libraries, or you can book a private reading. Right now, I don't have anything till maybe October. And also, if you want to work with me personally, then you might want to join my online spiritual community, which is a great group of people, and we meet once a month. And all of that is on my website. All right, so let's see what messages we have. So, the Spirit Messages by John Holland cards, that's what I'm going to pull from. I like this deck, they're very beautiful little cards. And we're going to ask, what is the message for us that is watching this energy alert? What is the message for us that is watching this energy alert? What do the gods, the angels, the ascended masters, the great teachers, our own spirit, our own personal angels, what do they want to convey to us through this collective message in these cards? I swear we pulled this the last time. Intuitive nudges. I swear we pulled this last month. Intuitive nudges. Intuition is the language of the soul. We are all born aware with a profound sense of inner knowing. Intuition is one of the greatest gifts we possess, which keeps us connected to our higher selves, the universe, and our divine spirit. I think I keep pulling this card because it's a 7 global year of spiritual growth. And the way we grow spiritually is to connect to our spirit, to increase our knowledge of spiritual subjects, to understand things from a different perspective. I'm not talking religion. I'm going above that. To grow our spiritual strength and power. And how do we do that? With spiritual food. And what is spiritual food? Things that raise our vibration. That's meditating, prayer, connecting to ourselves, yoga, tai chi, walking in nature, gardening, for Christ's sake. Things that help us remember that we are all connected, and that we have a more divine piece of ourselves that we can put in charge of this life. And how it talks to us is through intuitive nudges. Intuition is the language of the soul. We are all born aware with a profound sense of inner knowing. Intuition is one of the greatest gifts we possess, which keeps us connected to our higher selves and to the universe and to our divine spirit. This card comes forth at this time because we are here in the spirit world. We here in the spirit world hear your request for an answer. We ask you not only to seek guidance from us, but also to listen to your natural intuition that is sending you nudges. The answer is already waiting for you. You were born intuitive. Everyone is. As life has a way of adding ever increasing layers and years of responsibility to your physical world, it's often hard to peel back those layers so you can feel, sense, and know when your answers arrive. We ask you to trust and embrace what you physically feel in your body and trust that that is your intuition. Be aware of your dreams, synchronistic signs, books that may come to you from nowhere, people entering your life, or even numbers that keep appearing. This is often how our intuition speaks to us. These are all intuitive nudges. Once you learn to trust your intuition, you will see yourself in the world in a way you never thought possible. So, if I was to say to you, tap into yourself, especially into your gut, into your belly here. And if I said, tell yourself your name is Sam, and it isn't, you'll feel your gut react to that like, no, it isn't. And then if you say, no, my name is, and you say your real name, you might feel a completely different physical sensation in your gut. Like it may just soften, relax. Because a truth is felt here in our gut, and a non truth is also felt in our gut. So when you can distinguish what that physical sensation is, then you can start to go into that place where you can trust your intuition to be guiding you with that physical nudge. Meaning, if you hear something, or you're told something, or you are thinking something, and you go into that gut, you'll feel if it's true or not. And your intuition will never lie to you. It will always tell you the truth, whether you want it to or not. Okay? So the next deck I'm pulling from is Wisdom of the Oracle here. And let's see what this one wants to say. So again, we're going to ask for the guidance that our angels, our guides, the heavens, God, Creator, the universe, the good people, our own personal angels, the ascended masters. What do you want to tell us? What do you got to say? All right. Never ending story. Never ending story. This is a story. There is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurts, losses, rejections, humiliation, self loathing, and arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. Not only we have our personal ones, but if you look at the world, we keep running these same stories. It is the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, must not go there, you should not say that, lest your world could come crumbling down. Basically, it's ego fears that tell these stories. Today, know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie. And it wants to protect you and needs to be seen as a victim. Loved, love that lost piece of you. Okay, so don't kick it out and don't be mad at it. It's just been trying to protect us. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being your true self. And this is a month at 3 to be our true self, to express ourselves, to be our highest expression of self. You are not your story, and the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part, small and vulnerable and easily soothed. So sometimes your heart enters into a contract with another person that results in pain, right? We all have gotten our heart broken. Not because of abuse or neglect, but for another reason, more complex reasons, right? Just didn't work out. Our contract ended with that person. Shame, fear of intimacy, and low self esteem are the greatest challenges to having a successful relationship. Meaning, if we have shame or fear of being alone or fear of intimacy or fear of anything and low self esteem, then we're going to attract relationships to us that are not going to be healthy. Consider how valuable this knowledge is, however. Right now, you have an opportunity for important healing, but you must reflect on the stories you weave about love and connection and abandonment and rejection and loneliness. Not only do you need to begin a new story, you need to forgive yourself for telling yourself the old ones. Have compassion for the part of you that believes all those narratives. None of them were ever true anyway. So, in other words, if you've been if you had an experience and that made you tell yourself a story, it must be me that they broke up with me because there must be something wrong with me, or that's why my father or mother was always so mean to me, or it must be, if I don't do this or that, then I'll be abandoned or rejected. Or if I don't look a certain way, then nobody's going to love me. Or if I don't behave a certain way or have a certain bank account, then nobody's going to want me. Lies, stories, untruths, coming from the shame piece of you, the fear piece of you, the low self esteem, they're all lies. Not every thought in our head is a truth. They're just things we think. Not every thought is a truth. So you have to put boundaries around them. So, in other words, something crosses your mind that says, I'm not good enough, or this one isn't going to want me. That may or may not be true, is what you want to say. Because as you do that, you expand it and you go beyond that thinking into another possibility. We can also cancel and delete the stupid lie story, and we have them. We all have them, whether it's about relationships or money or health or the way the world is or the way we are or the way everybody else is. We all have stories, and that's all they are, stories. They're not truths, they're just lies. And then they build pain bodies that we keep attracting to us and living over and over again. And when we challenge that and go, wait, that may or may not be true, we start to dismantle it. This is a big thing here. So I'm going to say that probably this month with that 3 energy, we're going to start to creatively rewrite our stories so that they are more in alignment with the joy of us and the soul of us, because that's the same thing, joy and soul, same thing. And that becomes our new story moving forward. Nice messages. Nice messages. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for that great information. Okay, so again, going to be an expressive month. We may break out into song in the middle of the street. God, you better hope I don't do that because you'll all be running for the hills. It's going to be a month where our soul is seeking to have more of itself be out in this world. It is going to be intense in the beginning with the eclipse and the Mercury in retrograde. Buckle in, trust you're divinely guided and protected. I know you are. I'll hold that for you. And remember that whatever happens this year, all through this year, is part of our destiny that's unfolding. It's not fate, it's destiny, because that's 7, right? 2023, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 3 equals 7, is a soul guided year. It's a soul searching year. And this month, a new part of us may be emerging to express itself now so we can fulfill another level of our destiny. Sounds good to me. All right, so it's me, Ro. Hopefully, I'm going to see you in June, God willing. And I am wishing you peace.